Well, welcome guys. Welcome to the bonus video of Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. Now, as promised, we are going to be going to the Insomniac Mansion, which I had never done before. Now that I'd never gone to it before because I didn't know it existed until recently. So that's why in my playthrough of this a few years ago, I just never ended up going to it. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can get to the Insomniac Museum. One of them is by fully completing the game, getting all of the weapons, fully upgrading all of the ones that it's possible to upgrade, getting all of the weapon modifications from Slim's place, and then once that happens, then this warp pad will appear here. The other way you can do it, and a much easier way to do it, is to set your PlayStation 2's time to 3 a.m. to 3 in the morning, or 3 a.m., and then the warp pad will appear here for about an hour and allow you access into the Insomniac Museum. Alright, so without further ado, let's go check it out. Oh, hello enemies. Here we go. Planet Burbank. Huh. So this is the Insomniac Mansion, or Museum.
This is Mike Stout. I'm a designer at Insomniac Games. Hi, welcome to the Insomniac Museum. Here you'll see some of the great things that never quite made it into the game, and you'll learn a little bit about life here at Insomniac Games.
Okay then, let's learn a little bit.
Hello, my name is Brian Allgeier, the design director at Insomniac Games. These floating spherical monstrosities are the elusive gravity spheres, which were originally going to be included in Silver City. They proved to be too difficult, and a bit nauseating, to be included. They are preserved here for posterity. Swing shot up to try running around one, and then swing shot again to get off the sphere.
I guess we can do that real quick. So, these little spheres seem to have their own gravity. Neat, I guess.
Hi there, my name's Tim Trespass. I'm a gameplay programmer here at Insomniac Games. I'm a Leo from Washington, D.C. I like anime and shiny objects. This car was originally going to be included in the battle with the giant robot on Snivlac. Unfortunately, its lack of heavy weaponry proved its bane. It now calls the Insomniac Museum its home.
Ah, so this was originally going to be used in the fight against the giant robot on Snivlac. The gauge on the right-hand side of the screen kind of reminds me of, like, something you'd see in the Jak and Daxter games. Neat, though.
Hiya! This is Oliver Wade, the animation director here at Insomniac Games. The three-headed Hydra was a big cut from Ratchet and Clank 1. It was originally intended as a mini-boss on Pokitaru. Ratchet battled this beast whilst riding a boat through blowfish-infested waters. However, it didn't end up being that much fun at all.
Oh, so that was going to be a boss battle from Ratchet and Clank 1. That might have been cool.
My name is Chris Town, and I'm a tester here at Insomniac Games. Here at Insomniac, we're so hopped up on caffeine that we bounce off the walls! You can do the same with these gravity ramps!
Okay then. Well, I guess we know how we get their name. They got their name now, Insomniac, because of caffeine. We'll head that way in a little bit. Now let's go this way. Oh, check that thing out.
Hi, my name is Sean Whistler, and I'm a tester here at Insomniac Games. Don't worry, Ratchet. You wouldn't have had to fight this monster even if he did make it into the game. This giant bug ship was intended to act as scenery only, flying from place to place to ensure high detail on buildings, while leaving the play area open.
So that would have been one of the like, floating ships in the background.
Hey, it's Tim. This monstrosity was intended to be a boss battle fought on the jet ski gun. Seeing as the jet ski never made it in Ratchet and Clank, however, neither did this boss. May he rest in pieces.
Rest in pieces indeed.
Sean here. This guy was originally intended to be an enemy in the ill-fated jet ski level that never made it into Ratchet and Clank 1. A moment of silence, please, for this gentle giant, torn down in his prime.
Waterworld. Well, Pokitaru was kind of like a Waterworld.
Greetings, this is Oliver Wade, the animation director at Insomniac Games, doing an atrocious British accent. This is the original Gadgetron vendor from Ratchet and Clank 1. The official reason it was cut had something to do with saving memory. The real reason has a lot to do with squirrels, hacksaws, and our lawyers. I can say no more, because I am no longer able to do this accent.
Squirrels, hacksaws, and lawyers, eh? It's always the damn squirrels.
Hi, I'm Leslie Matheson. I'm a designer here at Insomniac Games. This was intended to be the water system for Ratchet and Clank. However, as even this little patch of water taxes the game engine to its limits, a modified and severely optimized form was what eventually made it into the game. To see this patch in action, press circle.
Whoa, check that out. That's definitely a neat water effect. You could see how it could definitely put a strain on the game, though, if you had like a bunch of it going off at once. So we've explored a little chunk of the museum so far. Let's keep going. Ooh.
Hi, my name is Tony Garcia and I'm a programmer at Insomniac Games. This little demonstration allows you to create your own shot effect. Using the magic of debug technology, you can edit the shot's size and color, and then watch the bandit shoot it at the blockman. Don't feel too sorry for the blockman though, he's evil.
Well, as long as he's evil, then I guess it's okay. So we can make our own shot effect, which is kind of neat. Oh wow, check out the shot now. You can also alter the color, which is kind of cool.
Tony Garcia here. This wonder of an explosion was created especially for Ratchet and Clank 2. Its extreme versatility allowed it to creep into many different places in the game. You'll even see it in the electrolyzer puzzles. Stand on the blue pad to make your own explosions.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen that explosion at the electrolyzer areas. Cool. Ooh.
My name's Corey Stockton and I'm a designer here at Insomniac Games. You may recognize this drill from Ratchet and Clank 1. It was held by a large construction worker who gives you a lump of raritanium. This is originally a weapon called the Revolverator. Ratchet would strike enemies with it and then spin them over his head.
Oh, that's a shame. That would have been a cool weapon. I definitely remember it though, because the construction dude in Ratchet and Clank 1 had it, and he was mining for raritanium with it. Oh, I'm sure that would have been a cool weapon to have. Oh well. What else can we see around here?
Hello, this is Pedro Hastinas. I am a gameplay programmer at Insomniac Games. This dummy was created to test the new reaction system which we added to Ratchet and Clank 2. With this system, enemies would always be sure to react appropriately to being damaged without a ton of hassle. Go ahead and hit him. He won't mind.
Well, if you insist, and if he doesn't mind. Let's hit him with the car. Yeah. Didn't really react that much to it. Ugh. Look at this thing.
This was created to test screen buffer effects. Screen buffer effects are used to create things like distortion bubbles and heat hazing. This, however, ends up looking like a hall of mirrors. Can you guess why?
Ugh. It's a little sickening to look at. Neat, though.
Tony Garcia here. Using these 3 blue pads, you can edit the 3 particle effects in the center of the room. Go ahead, play around with them. You can achieve some truly great effects this way.
Okay, I might do that. Cool. Can change the direction of the flame and stuff. Oh! Alright, controlling the gravity on it is pretty cool. Ah, I like it. So that's enough messing around with that. Still, I like the effect. It is cool. We've already been over here. So that's the bullet room. That was the Hydra enemy. That was where the flame was.
This little widget was used to test our new chunk system. We lovingly call it the corn system. Notice how all the breakables in this game are much prettier? Well, that's corn working hard for you. Give it a whack and see what it does.
Gentlemen, behold! Corn!
Mike Stout here. you're the random robot NPC. This robot never made it into Ratchet and Clank 1 because of the fabled Day of Poultry, when chickens swarmed over our offices and pecked the computer, holding this mechanical darling to pieces. We were able to retrieve her eventually, though.
The Day of Poultry. Evil chickens and evil squirrels. Is there anything that isn't evil these days? This is a weird vehicle. It's got weapons on it, though.
Mike Stout here. Have you ever wanted to create your own infiltrator puzzle? Well, now you can. Just stand on the blue pad and play around with the values a bit. Confound your friends and amaze your enemies.
Confound your friends and amaze your enemies. So we could create our own infiltrator puzzle, if we really wanted to. Not that I particularly want to. I wonder if I get anything for solving this. Can't imagine I would. Yeah, solved it. Like I thought it didn't give me anything. Oh well. Moving on. Whoa. Look at that thing.
Corey here. This monstrous robotic squid was created for one of the Ratchet and Clank 2 prototype levels. Since that level never made it into the finished game, however, neither did poor Squiddy.
Aw, poor Squiddy. Oops, I messed up on the first one. Come on, we can do this. Ah, darn it, I was so close there. There we go. That opens shutters.
These teleporters were originally intended to go into several of the levels. Due to time constraints, however, they were eventually cut.
Huh. Neat. Check this place out.
Brian Allgaier here. These escalating rows of blocks were used when we were in the early stages of creating Ratchet and Clank 1. They were used to test Ratchet's jump heights and jump distances to see which would be the most fun.
I see.
Brian Allgaier here. These ramps get steeper and steeper as you go on. They were used to test how Ratchet's feet respond to different floor angles. It also helped establish that a 45-degree angle was the sharpest that Ratchet should be able to walk up.
Alright. So these numbers on the floor indicate what angle the ramp is currently at. 45 degrees is like the max that Ratchet should be able to go up. Normally, at least. It can go up to 50 though, but it looks like that's the max that we can do. Anywhere? Doesn't look like it does.
Brian Allgaier here. These walls, which range from narrow to wide, were used to test wall kick distances for the original Ratchet and Clank.
I see. So this whole area was basically like a proving ground for the mechanics of Ratchet's jumping abilities and stuff, which I think is pretty cool. Don't think there was anything else to do in there. Alright, is there anything else to examine in this place? I have a feeling we've seen everything now. Ooh, wait, what's this?
Hello, I'm Carl Grande, QA manager here at Insomniac Games. This gadget was originally intended for Ratchet and Clank 1. Unfortunately, it didn't make the cut, and so never saw the light of day. It now makes its home here at Insomniac Museum, gone but not forgotten.
No, that's kind of sad. Gone but not forgotten.
Chris here. This helmet was the original model for the Hologuise gadget in Ratchet and Clank 1. It was eventually changed to the handheld model you see in the finished game for reasons unknown. However, we once again suspect it was due to the squirrels with hacksaws.
Darn squirrels with hacksaws. Now, I actually think that the idea of the Hologuise being a helmet is kind of cool. I mean, the handheld was neat, but I think that the helmet would have worked better. But that's just me. Alright, I think that's essentially the entire museum checked out now. There's the glass mirror, which is slightly nauseating to look at. Now, where's the entrance? Over here. Alright guys, so that was the Insomniac Mansion. Now, I am going to show one more thing before I go, but to do that, I'm going to have to go to another save file. So let's go to my master file, the first one. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show the other unlockables that you can get in the game, because some of the weapons only appear in New Game Plus. Well, actually, only one weapon appears in New Game Plus, but to get most of this stuff, you're probably going to need New Game Plus to get the extra bolts and stuff from the multiplier and stuff. On this file, I have pretty much everything. Ratchet has the ultimate armor, the Carbonox armor. I have every weapon available. Now this is what I mentioned earlier in the game. Once you've completed the game, what you can do, for every weapon you've bought, you can start buying mega versions of those weapons. Now the mega versions are stronger, and they can also upgrade again into their ultra form, which is their final form. They typically have larger ammo capacity, and they are stronger, I think. Some of the weapons even fire faster. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and head into the arena so I can show you some of these weapons. The only weapon I won't be able to show you is the Clank Zapper, because obviously we need Clank for that, and Clank isn't with us at the moment. Alright, so for starters, I'll just show the Ultra weapons. As you can see, the Ultra Heavy Lancer is a lot faster now. I don't have the Mini Nuke yet. By Chainblade.
You have won the prize from the planet. Creation. Stand back.
Wow, V2 Brawler went down in seconds flat.
You have won the prize. Chainblade.
Come on down, Shiny Blade.
This guy's on a rampage. Enter the V2 Brawler. Can't believe what I'm seeing. Enter Chainblade. Where did this guy come from? Chainblade's really got his hands full with this one. I've got my back with Spud. The brawler's got
So here's what the Zodiac looks like. Now, honestly, I've never found a Zodiac to be that useful. I think... Whoa. Where did the V2 Brawler go? Oh, there you are. Okay, that was weird. I think it's meant to be more of an area of an effect weapon to clear out all enemies on screen or around you. It doesn't really deal that much damage, though, so I don't really see the point of it. Now, I can't show you the Clank Zapper since we don't have Clank with us, but I think it essentially turns him into like a lightning rod or something, and he'll just zap any nearby enemies. Kind of like the upgraded shield charger. Alright, so I'll show you the big one now, the RYNO-II. This is the most powerful weapon in the entire game. You're about to see why. It has a ton of ammo, and it just absolutely destroys anything that it goes against. You see, I didn't even use 20 of the ammo for this gun. Chainblade went down. That is the power of the RYNO-II. So I would definitely suggest making the Carbonox armor and the RYNO-II one of your first purchases for New Game Plus. You just can't go wrong with it. Alright guys, so I think that's pretty much everything that I can show in Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. I've shown the Insomniac Museum, and I've shown everything that you can pretty much unlock in the game too. Alright, so sometime in the future I will be doing Up Your Arsenal, as well as, and I'll probably be doing that alongside Jak 3. It's not going to be for quite some time though, because I'm gonna have other games to do as usual that I have on my list to do. But I will eventually be doing Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. But for now guys, I'm Ominous Lionheart, and I hope you guys had fun with Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. See you next Let's Play, and Ominous out.